It's opening night at home for the Lake Orion Dragons. The war of M24 continues as the Oxford Wildcats visit Dragon Stadium, and we've got it all for you here on Orion Neighborhood Television. Pregame is underwritten by Malash's Palace, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. The Malash family has been serving Lake Orion's automotive needs since the 1960s. Give them a call at 248-393-2222. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Doug Corliss. Chris Frisching is fulfilling professional responsibilities tonight, and we've got Oxford against Lake Orion. We don't need to say any more. We've said it in years past that week 2 is the big leap. It is a chance to make improvements over week 1, work on what didn't work, and fine-tune what did work. Talking with Coach Blackstock prior to the game, he said they wanted to put a little more emphasis on fine-tuning the run game this week, and he was very happy with the defensive effort that the Dragons put out last week against Lapeer. Oxford comes in after a huge week 1 win over Romeo. They have a quarterback and a running back that changed positions from last year and were highly effective against Romeo, and Coach Rowley spoke volumes about those two young men tonight. In the OAA Red, as we expected, we had wins by Clarkston and West Bloomfield, a squeaker of a win by Rochester Adams in overtime over Rochester, and to many's surprise, a loss by Southfield A&T. But it's early, the year will pan out, and the cream will rise to the top. For tonight, it's Oxford Lake Orion. We need not say more. Stay with us. Pregame has been underwritten by Malash's Palace, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. The Malash family has been serving Lake Orion's automotive needs since the 1960s. Give them a call at 248-393-2222.
Hey, it's Orion TV here. Now, have you ever had the urge to create your own TV show, or you just wanted to see what goes behind the scenes of making a TV program? Well, Orion TV has just the program for you. Orion TV offers studio and field production classes that allow you to take control and create the programs the way you want them to be. We will introduce you to media literacy skills and the fundamentals of program production in order to acquire the basic training needs for Orion TV equipment use. To get started, all you have to do is sign up for a free Orion TV orientation, where you will learn all about Orion TV and all the opportunities available to our volunteers, as well as meet the Orion TV staff and take a tour of our facility. After that, you can register for one of our production courses. Both the studio and field production courses are only $10 for Lake Orion residents and $25 for non-residents. For more information about Orion TV's production classes, feel free to call us at 248-393-1060 or go to orionontv.org and click register now to sign up for classes. We hope to see you soon.
Just before kickoff tonight, the Lake Orion Dragons take on the Oxford Wildcats. Your first period of action is being underwritten by Jets Pizza on M24. Jets Pizza, longtime underwriter of these broadcasts since 2009. And your first half scoreboard is underwritten by M&B Graphics. From flyers to silk screens and everything in between, M&B Graphics can handle all your printing needs. stop and see them at 199 South Broadway in Lake Orion, or give them a call at 248-690-7527. Doug Corliss up in the broadcast booth, thrilled to be joined by the boss, and I don't mean Bruce Springsteen. Ian Locke, Executive Director of ON TV, joins us. Ian, welcome to our humble abode.
Well, glad to be here, Doug. And we were just chatting before we went on, and I haven't sat next to you with the headsets on in about a year.
Since girls softball.
It's a complete pleasure. So, beautiful day for football. It couldn't be nicer out.
After a loss last week against Lapeer, and talking with Coach Blackstock, he said it was such a thrill. He says, we've played at Wayne State, we played at Eastern Michigan, we played at Ford Field. He said to play at Michigan Stadium was a thrill for everyone concerned.
Yep. I mean, the memories you build by having that sort of experience will carry on, I mean, through your lifetime. You tell your children about it. You tell your grandchildren about it. That you actually played at the Big House in Ann Arbor. Yeah, well, you see the band out here doing their thing, and this the start of this season is a little bittersweet. We're excited to get it going, but we're going to miss one of our main crew members this year, who we lost this year, and we'll talk about our crew member in just a moment. As you can see, the band's about ready to take, or excuse me, the team's about ready to take the field, Doug.
Team is gathered up in the tunnel. Coach Blackstock gives them to go sometime or another. And the Dragons take the field.
Nothing like it, is it, Doug? Is there, Doug?
No.
It's just fun to see our 9th season together doing games, and it never gets old watching them run out of the tunnel.
The dad's holding up the pep banner. Everyone gathers. In case you haven't noticed, this is all new turf here at Lake Orion. Just finished a week or two ago. It is beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful. And the track resurfaced, the red.
New. Yes.
It's really, really nice. And you might not notice it, but each 5-yard line has a different shade of green for that added extra touch. And the big LO logo at the center of the field, just fantastic.
Yeah. And
the capacity crowd is always when the Wildcats come to town.
Oxford draws good. Of course, it's a short drive for them. And of course, Lake Orion always has drawn good. Looking out, the stands are probably about 3/4 full.
And they're still coming in.
And as we pause for a moment, the players line up, and the Lake Orion Marching Band will play our national anthem.
rendition.
Excellent job by the marching band.
Fantastic.
Ian, we were talking just before the national anthem about the loss in our crew and for Lake Orion athletics in general with the passing in February of Kevin McCormick.
Yep, our friend and crewmate and a volunteer, longtime volunteer with ONTV. And like I mentioned earlier, it's bittersweet to start the season because we're missing our friend Kevin. He was with us from for 5 years. It was in his 5th year as our sideline reporter, and a great picture of him and his son, who's now a senior this year on the football team, a backup quarterback. But he was a host of the Sports Update, a basketball play-by-play. He did everything for us. And just like the crew we have today, all volunteer, Kevin was a part of that. And, we're dedicating this season to our friend who we lost so suddenly in February, Kevin McCormick.
Yeah, we had a couple instances where either Chris Fritching was tied up with his responsibilities or we were doing a JV game. And Kevin was always so eager just to help out however he could. And when he came up and worked the analyst position, you could just tell his enthusiasm for football, for sports in general, and for working community access for ONTV.
Absolutely. He used to say ONTV allowed him to scratch an itch he had for 20, 30 years. And a lot of our volunteers say that, and we're glad that Kevin is a part of our family for as long as he was, and we're in support of his family, and we're going to miss him dearly.
Yes, indeed. Lake Orion won the toss and deferred to the second half. Oxford will receive. They'll be going south to north across your television screen.
Wind is non-existent.
Negligible.
Yep.
Number 99, Connor Ross, junior kicker, punter, has it teed up. Back deep for Oxford. Since the shadows are covering the numbers, I can't tell who's back there.
Number 20.
I think number 20, Matt Pullman.
And 46.
And 46, Trent Meyer. And Coach
there's a
Raleigh
signal.
Spoke highly of Trent Meyer. High end over end kick. Hits at about the 20, about the 18. Taken by Pullman. And he is downed at the 20-yard line.
Nice gang tackling by the Dragons there.
Number 41, Nick Powell, in on the tackle. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats on their own 21. Just underway. Glad you're with us here on Orion Neighborhood Television.
And we know with the Wildcat offense, there's no mysteries about it.
I formation in the backfield. Handoff up the middle. Trent Meyer. He's up over the 25 to maybe the 27.
Good push up front by the offensive line, right up the middle. No surprises.
Josh Wench in on the tackle. It'll bring up 2nd down and about 5.
Strong play on 1st down for the Wildcats.
Yeah, there's not going to be anything fancy from Oxford. They're going to try to pound it down your throat. Backs come out in an offset eye. Wideouts each side, motion to the far side. Carpenter.
Oh,
fumble.
Ball's
picked up.
They're going to call him down. Keep running. They're going to call him down.
They're called him down. Good pressure put on Carpenter as he was rolling. The ball came loose.
It looks like he was on his way down. This angle is tough to see if his knee was down or the ball was loose beforehand.
And they're going to have a discussion because if the ball comes out when he's on his way down,
it's
that's
a live
fumble.
ball. Yeah.
If a knee was down,
play is dead.
Let's see if we can see a replay on it. Rolls out.
He's down. Ooh, that's close.
Yeah, knee was down. Ari Curtis on to play. Carpenter on the rollout. He's brought down. Kobe Manzo in on the tackle. It'll bring up 4th down for Oxford.
Looks like they're probing the edges of that Dragon defense on the last 2 plays. One resulted in a negative play, and this last one on third down didn't really go anywhere.
Yeah, Curtis got great penetration in there and got Carpenter around the waist, and he's not going to go anywhere, especially when the guy bringing it down is 6'4".
And they're forced to punt.
So number 4, Sam McMacken, into punt. Nick Powell back for a trial. Bad punt. Goes out of bounds in Oxford territory.
47-yard line,
At
maybe?
about the 47-yard line.
Good field position for the Dragons to start the home 2018 season.
They're going to call it the 48 of Oxford. Right off the side of his foot, and it's your first kick of the game. You want to get something a little better than that. So Blaze Lauer leads them out. Dragons come out, twins to the right, single wide out left. Kobe Manzo lone back in the backfield.
Oh.
Blaze trips coming out under center and just falls on it.
Looks like the right foot of the center stepped back in his blocking position, stepped on the quarterback, and down he goes.
And everything I wanted to do for charting the game tonight just went up in smoke. So 2nd down and 12 for the Dragons. Twins left. Lauer takes a shotgun snap, looks batted down at the line. Looks like
big line, defensive line,
looks like number 53, Evan Brunning.
Big boy out there. He's got a big paw. Knocked that pass right down.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 12 for the Dragons. Trips to the left, single wide out right. Lauer in the shotgun. Drops, looks, throws. Got a receiver.
First
down. Andy Van Heck on the reception.
Heck of a catch in traffic.
I'm sorry, that was Brandon Robinson, number 81.
Nice catch in traffic, went up, eyeballed the ball. Here we go in replay.
Went up and got it, and that's what you always want to do as a receiver.
2 hands.
And threw it into double coverage, too. Good throw by Blaze.
Secures that ball going down.
1st and 10 for the Dragons. Motion this side. Kobe Manzo
fumble.
on the run. Ball's on the turf. Recovered by the Dragons. It'll be 2nd down.
Lost it right on the handoff. Lucky to fall on that one. Sometimes the legs kick it and it just goes anywhere.
It is a prolate spheroid, and it takes some funny bounces. 2nd down and 8. They're calling it 9 on the scoreboard. Blaze drops, looks right, throws, complete to Van Heck at the 25-yard line. And it'll be 3rd down for the Dragons.
So 2 completions now on this drive for the Dragons.
3rd down and 2. Ball's located pretty much in the center of the field.
Dragons really finding the opening in the, it's finding some space maneuver for the receivers.
Manzo flops out on a slot left. Van Heck in motion. He gets a handoff, cuts it upfield. He's got a first down to the 20.
They're saying the ball is out again. Oh.
And Oxford comes up with the football.
He had one hand on the ball going through the line, and it looks like it got poked out.
So Oxford is going to take over 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line after the fumble recovery. Let's see if we can see what happened.
Everything looks okay so far. Cuts up. Yep.
Right
off his thigh.
As soon as you head upfield and you see someone in a different shirt, cover the ball up with both hands.
Yep.
1st and 10 for Oxford. Trenton Meyer on the carry. He had a huge game against Romeo last week. 3 touchdowns scored. Gains about 2. It'll be 2nd and 8.
First game jitters maybe for the Dragons?
Yeah.
Or home game jitters? amped up.
Coach Blackstock said that's one of the things they worked on was the run game. Meyer again up the middle.
Good hit.
He's met and pushed backward. Looked like Andy Van Heck from his safety spot came up and just leveled Meyer.
The junior standing 6'1", 205, used every bit of that.
So 3rd down and 7. 7:25 left here in the first, no score. Carpenter in the shotgun. He's heading upfield. He's got a first down over the 30-yard line out to the 34.
Well, they had three, they spread it out, three wide receivers on the near side and one on the far side, and Dragons covered them, and quarterback took it and
looked like Ben Sally on the tackle for the Dragons.
Big hit,
so
too.
1st and 10 for Oxford. Ball on their own 34-yard line. Twins to the right, backs in an I formation. Handed to the second back through. Meyer on the carry. That was number 17. That was Caleb Tabert on the carry. For no gain, it'll maybe a yard gain.
Yeah,
they're calling
saying
it
a
2nd
yard.
and 9. Beautiful night tonight. Not
Perfect.
a lot of wind. Wideouts each side. Carpenter in the pistol formation. He's coming up.
Ooh, big
he's
hit.
met, and he's dropped for no gain.
Dragons seem ready for that one. Linebackers doing their job, coming up and filling the holes.
Mason Slocum in on the tackle from his linebacker position. So it brings up 3rd down and 9 from Oxford's 35-yard line.
Crowd still filing in here for this, always an exciting matchup between the Wildcats and the Dragons, fighting for the 00 trophy.
Twins to the right. Carpenter back,
downfield.
looking, throwing.
Ooh!
Caught.
Very
Almost
close.
intercepted. Russ Hastings had a hand on it. The ball was a little high, tipped, and Russ Hastings almost made the interception. Ari Curtis was there to follow up and just couldn't bring it in.
Looked like the old tip drill they teach you in middle school football when you start. Pass ball bingo, just miss the bingo.
Always do that. You do the tip drill all the way up through college.
Very close there.
So Joe Miller is back in punt formation for Oxford.
Is that Mitch Howell back to receive? Number
I
11? Nice punt.
I think that's 41, which is Nick Powell.
That's number 11. Yep.
It was Mitch Howell. Makes the fair catch on the 22-yard line where the Dragons will take over 1st and 10.
Nice punt by the Wildcats.
ONTV is gearing up for the first annual Ride the Oaks for Holy Spokes on Sunday, October 7th. It's $40 per team with a maximum of 5 people per team or $20 per individual. All proceeds benefit Holy Spokes of Lake Orion. Register by September 21st and get a t-shirt with your registration. Registration forms are available at www.oriontv.org. For more information, call 248-693-3377 or 248-393-1060.
I don't recall a flag being thrown on that play.
Yeah, Dragons
looks like they moved them back 10.
Dragons got backed up. Now it's 1st and 10 from their own 12.
Now they fall again. The exchange with the center having a hard time. That's 2 times.
Blaze that's the second time he's tripped over the center.
Yep.
Or one of the guards. Well, because
one of the big guys up front.
Yeah. So it's second down. They actually got a yard gain out of it. It'll be 2nd and 9. Manzo into the line, stop for another yard. It'll bring up 3rd down and 8.
Wildcats in position there, just closing all the gaps and just making the easy tackle there. Not a lot of room to roam.
Austin Schlicht on the tackle for the Wildcats. 3rd down and 8 from the 14, just under 4.5 left here in the first quarter. Plays in the shotgun. Drops, got pressure, goes up the middle. He's got some running room. Evades one tackler, gets a block from Van Heck, and gets a first down over the 25-yard line.
Nice run. I think it looked like a design run, actually. We'll see.
He felt the pressure coming up to his right side, came up the middle and got a heck of a block from Andy Van Heck.
Missed
right
tackle.
There.
Yep, boom. Great play to get out of the shadow of your goalpost.
So 1st and 10 on the 27. Blaze stays in the gun. Twins left, single wide out right. Throw. Matt Freeman off the left side for a gain of about 2. It'll bring up 2nd and 8.
Dragons kind of mixing it up tonight. Run and pass. Almost seems like a 50-50 split so far.
So 2nd and 8 from their own 29. Blaze stays in the shotgun. Manzo up the middle, gets about 3, and it'll be 3rd down. Third down and 5 from the 32. Dragons come out, trips to the right. Manzo the lone back. Lauer back, looks, throws over the middle.
Almost intercepted.
It was tipped by number 7, Thomas Wandry, and that just deflected enough that Andy Van Heck couldn't make the catch.
It was on point. It was headed right to his receiver. If it gets over with unmolested, it's in.
So that brings up 4th down and 5. Andy DeBrinket into punt.
Here's the pass.
Number 46, Trent Meyer.
I don't know if he hit it.
I think he or at least
Very
got the
close.
hand up into his sight line. Trent Meyer back deep for Oxford. High snap.
Over his head.
Picking up, trying to do something with it, and he's going to be dropped inside the 10-yard line. That is one of the most helpless feelings in the world for a punter, is to have that snap go up and there's nothing you can do but try to reach for it.
Replay of that. Just secure it, hit the ground, and live to fight again.
He actually did a good job to haul that ball in. So Oxford takes over, 1st and 10 on the Lake Orion 9, 1st and goal. I formation in the backfield, Carpenter in a pistol. He's going to come up the middle.
Good run.
Down
Tough
to
run.
about the 3.
Tough run by Carpenter. He's slippery.
Brought down by number 42, Josh Wench. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 3.
Big stand here for the Dragons.
Brendan Milanicki is the fullback in front of Meyer. Meyer gets a handoff, and he's in for the Oxford touchdown. Nothing fancy about it. We just talked about number 42, Brendan Milanicki, and he just cleared a path for him.
Yep, the hole opened right up on that right side, and he walked right in. Wildcats on the board first. Couple miscues by the Dragons.
Yeah, that's 80 yards for the Wildcats. They took over on their own 20 after the Dragon fumble. So number 4, Sam McMakin, in for the extra point. Snap is down, kick is up, and the kick is good. 2:16 left in the first quarter. Oxford's up 7-0. The Lake Orion High School Dragon Broadcast Program and Orion Neighborhood Television have teamed up to bring you live broadcasts of several LOHS games and events throughout the school year. That includes all varsity football games, weather permitting, and several varsity volleyball matches this fall. If you aren't able to be in attendance, you can watch many games and events online. A subscription costs less than $10 per month, and half of the money earned goes back into the LOHS broadcast program. It's a great option for friends and family who might not live in the area. Check out the live stream of Dragon Sports at www.dragonbroadcasting.org. ONTV thanks our student crews for their hard work and dedication to bring Dragon Sports to the world.
And our student crews are with us today. All but you and I.
That's a live ball. It was a line drive kick, and it looks like it hit Caden Beck.
Hit him right on the arm.
Number 9.
Hit him right on the right arm.
Hit him, and he was very, very heads up to fall on it.
Haven't seen something like that in a long time.
Not
there, Doug.
a long time. So Dragons will take over 1st and 10 on their own 45.
So Oxford took advantage of some Lake Orion miscues. See if the Dragons do the same.
Bunch formation for the Dragons. Motion this side by Freeman. He gets the toss. Trying to get outside.
No room.
Gets maybe a yard.
Not much room to roam on the near sideline.
No, they tried to run the sweep this side, and it just got jammed up. Just too many bodies in the way. Gain of 1. It'll bring up 2nd and 9. One wide out left. Freeman in motion. Handoff up the middle to Manzo on a misdirection. He's up to midfield.
Getting
and
that
it'll
lean.
be 3rd down.
Tough lean there to get a couple extra yards. That's tough running right up the middle.
Gain of 4 for Kobe. It'll bring up 3rd down. They're going to mark the ball back just on the Oxford side of midfield. And we have a stoppage in play.
Official timeout.
He's pointing down this way. Pointing down.
They're coming to the student section. Someone may have a whistle in the crowd. Yeah,
Yeah, one of the assistant coaches is coming down. They're talking to the student section.
Wouldn't be the first time a student had a whistle, just not thinking about it. I think my sister was guilty of that years ago. I was a lifeguard. On the road, blows the whistle, and the play stops.
Well, at Pontiac Northern one year at Wisner Stadium, I remember the drum major kept blowing his whistle while things were going on. So Lauer in the shotgun on 3rd down, drops, looks left, throws, got a receiver, complete 1st down Dragons.
And that is
at
just
the 35, completed to 81. Brandon Robinson.
And that right there is just repetition, repetition, repetition. We saw the pregame. That's a drill they do, week in, week out. Pregame warm-ups. That was it at curl.
Just a little
curl
pattern.
in, and the ball was on time, just like we saw in practice.
So 1st and 10 for the Dragons. Lauer Throws out to Freeman on the right
He's
flat.
Windrow.
He's in the clear. Touchdown, Lake Orion Dragons.
What a play by the Dragons.
Good blocking up front by the Dragon receivers. And we cannot emphasize that enough. I know if Coach Frisching were here, he'd be thrilled. Look at the blocks on the outside.
Absolutely downfield, everybody.
And Matt Freeman wasn't touched.
No. It looks like the Wildcats were looking for something inside again, and when he rolled out, it was wide open. Nothing but daylight.
Connor Ross in for the extra point. Mitch Howell will hold. Isaac Kinney is the long snapper. Ball is down. Kick is up. Kick is good. 1:23 left here in the first quarter. We're tied at 7.
What we say, take advantage of the miscues, each team.
Absolutely.
That kickoff started with that kickoff, the heads-up play there on the kickoff to knock the ball down. Shorter field, some smart plays, and a breakout for 6.
2 great individual plays on that drive. Number 1, Vance Wilmot to cover the kick. And number 2, the efforts by the wide receivers as Mitch Freeman was on his way to the end zone. While we have a minute, we'll remind you that DVD copies can be purchased by calling ONTV at 248-693-3377 or 248-393-1060. For only $10, you can get a copy of not only this game, but any game or program in our broadcast vault. High short kick coming down to the 23. Number 20, Matt Pullman on the return, and he brings it out to the 26-yard line where Oxford takes over 1st and 10. Jack DeBrinket in on the tackle for the Dragons. To follow up on our read, you can get DVD copies by calling 248-693-3377 or 248-393-1060.
And we have games going back to 2009.
1st and 10.
2008. Oh, right up the middle.
Trent Meyer up the middle. Got about 5. Finally held up.
Offensive line for the Wildcats are doing a nice job tonight.
Josh Wench in on the tackle and others.
Good way to put it.
So 2nd down, and they're calling it 6. Ball spotted on the 31-yard line. Under a minute left here in the first quarter. Oxford comes out, twins to the right, single back or I formation in the backfield. Meyer again, around the right side, slips the tackle up over the 40, up over midfield, and run out of bounds by number 30, Joe Cady.
About the 47, it looks like.
He got through the first wave, slipped a tackle, then got ahead of steam.
Missed tackle
going.
there. 2 missed tackles.
2 missed tackles. And Cady finally takes him out of bounds.
Dragons were in position, just couldn't wrap them up right at the line of scrimmage.
So you can pretty much see what the Oxford game plan is. It's going to be pound it, throw if we have to. Carpenter's mobile enough that he can keep it and run. And it's 1st down for the Wildcats.
Fumble.
Ball's on the ground.
Looked like a
back
fumble.
Up, and it looks like a rugby scrum.
No,
Carpenter got his own fumble and just kept the legs churning with that big offensive line in front of him and ended up gaining 7 yards.
Unbelievable play there. I don't know how he got the ball back. Must have it hit the turf, came right back into his hands.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have a replay on that one, but the offensive line is showing its mettle tonight.
That's the end of the first quarter. Our score at the end of the first quarter: Lake Orion 7, Oxford 7. Filmmakers, be ready. The Wildwood Film Festival will be kicking off on Friday, October 12th at the ONTV studio located at 1349 Joslin Road. Teams will be given their requirements, which include a prop, location, and line of dialogue that is to be included in their film. You will have until 6 p.m. on Tuesday, October 16th to submit your entry. On Wednesday the 17th, the films will be viewed and judged at 7 p.m. at Oxford 7 Cinema in Oxford. Open to all ages, it costs $25 to enter, and winners will be chosen in adult and youth categories, 16 and under. The contest benefits the Lake Orion High School students offering support program. To register, go to www.oriontv or call 248-693-3377. Second down and 3 for Oxford. Carpenter on the toss back to number 17, Caleb Tabert. He's got a first down to the 35.
I'd like to thank our first quarter sponsors. We move into the second quarter. Jets Pizza and Larry Buss and the crew over there. I want to thank them for sponsoring our first quarter as we're in the second now. Replay of that last play.
Jets Pizza does just a great job of supplying to ONTV, to the press box.
And to, the crew down there, Larry Buss, the owner down there on M24, just an all-around generous fella with his business and his food and everything. Couldn't do it without him.
Carpenter on the toss back to Meyer. He's brought down after a gain of about 3 or 4.
Nice pursuit by the Dragon defense on that play.
Bring up second down and 6.
Wildcats with that running game really can chew up the clock quick, can't they, Doug?
Yeah. Russ Hastings and Andy Van Heck are the safeties. Marcus Brown and Sam Perillo are the corners. Carpenter on the keeper. Near a first down, depends where they mark it, and they're marking it that he does have a first down.
A lot of speed there for the shifty quarterback, sporting number 2 tonight.
Yeah, Coach Rowley just couldn't say enough about how he has made the change from a running back and a receiver to quarterback.
Yeah, making the right decision so far this evening.
Austin Schlicht is the fullback. Myers the tailback. He gets the handoff. He's bunched up at the line and dropped. Tried to cut it outside, and Kobe Manzo was right there to haul him down. Gain of 1. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Can't get over the way that offensive line for the Wildcats really pushing. The size and strength of that group is really making its presence known tonight.
Well, you never know how big they are. Coach Rowley has been well known not to give out the size. Handoff to the up back, Austin Schlick. He gets about 2. It'll be 3rd down and 6. Now, we've tried to get heights and weights of Oxford players in the past. Coach Rowley ends up being very tight-lipped about that.
State secret.
Or he's been known to
add 20.
Add 20 pounds.
And 4 inches.
Offset eye in the backfield. Carpenter under center. Flips back to Meyer. He's coming around the 20 and run out of bounds at the 18 by Andy Van Heck. Boy, when Meyer gets a head of steam up, he is rolling. Again, Chris Frisching is fulfilling professional responsibilities tonight, and glad to be joined in the booth by the boss, Ian Locke.
I must say, Chris does a much nicer job as your sidekick than I'm doing. I'm just keeping the seat warm for him when he gets back. 4th
down and 2. Oxford's going for it. Meyer on the handoff.
Ooh.
He stood up, and I don't think he got it.
He didn't. What a play.
Andy Van Heck got a hold of the jersey and just never let go and pulled him backwards. They're going to take time out for a measurement. It looks really close.
Oh, boy, it is.
If they give him forward progress, he could have it.
Didn't look like he was that close, but just from eyeballing here, I don't know about the angles, but just looking at the distance from the tip of the ball to the nearest yard line at the 15, it's going to be inches. Very, very close. Battle of wills out there on that last play.
Chains have to be brought out from the far side of the field. They stretch the chains out.
Short.
And Dragon football.
What a shot. Thank you, Joe Johnson. What a shot. 4 inches, maybe?
Yes.
The length of the football.
Great shot by Joe Johnson on the sideline.
He has a knack for finding those angles, doesn't he?
Yeah. He is one of the best sideline photographers, not only in community access television, but anywhere. You'll find if there's a shot to be found, Joe Johnson will find it. So the Dragons take over 1st and 10 on their own 16. 1st and 10. Come out in a kind of a bunch formation. Matt Freeman in motion. He gets the handoff coming around the right side. Gets a little hole and gets maybe a yard. He got strung out as he was trying to make his cut, and it was just nowhere to go, so you take the first hole you see.
Play took a long time to develop, and no daylight there. Good pursuit by the Wildcat defense.
2nd down and 9. Handoff up the middle to Manzo. He's in the clear. He's broke outside. He's close to they're going to call him out of bounds at the 37-yard line. That was Jack DeBrincat on the carry. Let's see if we can.
Right up the middle.
Just broke it outside.
Nice seal block by number 10.
Andy Van Heck.
Saying his name quite a bit. Number 10 tonight.
So 1st and 10 for the Dragons.
Similar formation.
Slot receivers left and right. Freeman in motion. Handoff up the middle. DeBrincat again squirts forward for about 3. It'll be 2nd down.
Same type of formation we saw in the previous play.
I think this is just a rotation at running back to bring it in for Kobe Manzo. Motion this side. Matt Freeman gets the handoff, cuts it upfield, close to the 45-yard line. They're going to mark him just over. It'll be 3rd down and a short 2.
Good vision there on the turn up. He had the mindset that he's going upfield, found the opening, saw it right there, boom.
But it sealed up quickly.
Oh,
Zach Foote did a good job pushing his blocker out of the way.
No gain.
No gain. DeBrincat again on the carry. Kobe Manzo checks back in. DeBrincat checks out on 4th down.
Now
so decision time for the Dragons, and they're going for it.
Looking at the spot on the previous play,
It was
beyond
lost,
it was beyond the
they
45.
Lost maybe a half yard.
Yeah.
So 4th down, Andy Van Heck splits out left, Matt Freeman right.
Try to get him to jump. Nope.
Van Heck in motion.
Timeout.
And the Dragons will take a timeout. 6:29 left in the second quarter. We're tied at 7. Get mobile with ON TV anytime. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube on your mobile devices. Connect with ON TV to see what's happening in our studio. See upcoming events and watch ON TV programs in high definition and on demand. ON TV, working to bring Lake Orion to the world.
Yeah, we had kind of a milestone with some of our YouTube views. We're surpassing 3 million minutes watched.
Wow.
We have over 1,200 subscribers, so our newscast is getting out there, our biweekly newscast. And we have the newest newscast has features from Dragon on the Lake, our big festival we have here every year. And just to show you the support of the Lake Orion community, our newscast was up for less than a half hour. We had over 100 views on it, which is good for us.
Great. It's great. Wideouts left and right, Manzo.
He's got it.
Plays up the middle.
Very close.
Very close. Looks like he's got it from the headlines person on the far side.
And near side, he's got his finger up.
And they're calling it first down.
That was close.
Good drive by Blaze to get the first down. Dragons come out, Twins to the right side. Manzo, the lone back in the backfield. Lauer in the shotgun. Drops, looks, throws, caught. Andy Van Heck went up for it and got it and came down with it, with 2 Wildcats hanging on to his ankles.
And Van Heck's coming off.
He's a little gimpy as he comes off. Mitch Howell will take his place.
Again, 2 hands, spot the ball, watch it come on into the target area, secure that ball, come down. Nice for gain on first down for the Dragons.
And great elevation on the catch. Matt Freeman comes this side, handoff up the middle to Manzo, and Blaze Lauer tripped again as he came out, was able to recover.
That's the third time.
Kobe's helmet came out. He's going to have to He's going to have to take a play off.
Yeah, that's the third time we've seen.
Have to see if it's the guard coming back.
Anytime he's under center, there's issues.
Yeah. So it's 3rd down and 1 for the Dragons. And the Dragons are going to take a timeout.
Yeah,
been an exciting first half.
Yes. It's about what we expected. Going to put me to work, Doug? Sports replays. Be sure to tune in to replays of your favorite games right here on ON TV. Tune in Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 7 p.m. and Saturdays at 1 p.m. for the most current games in our lineup. Games are also replayed throughout the week, so check our program guide and our webpage at oriontv.org for replay times that best fit your viewing schedule. Also visit our YouTube page for links of games and on demand at www.oriontv.org.
And we'll also make the mention that once again, replays are underwritten by Jets Pizza. Larry Buss and his crew at Jets on M24 are proud supporters of ON TV since 2009. 3rd down and 1, a long one for the Dragons. Twins this side. DeBrincat on the carry.
No room. Ooh, second effort.
Second effort may have gotten him close. He may have gotten a half yard on it. And it's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, the way they're spotting, it's a full yard.
Ball spotted on the 43. They have to get to the 42 for a first down.
Second effort got them to where we are right now. Bet that effort. Timeout
And
again.
Another timeout by the Dragons. So,
Well, let's talk about our upcoming game schedule. During the sports season, Owen TV will be covering a large variety of sports games. Our sports coverage will include varsity football, varsity boys soccer, girls swimming, varsity girls volleyball, and the Powder Puff football game. Select games will be streamed live on the NFHSnetwork.com and will be replayed on our channel, Comcast Channel 10 and AT&T UVerse Channel 99. Visit OrionTV.org for our program schedule, updated weekly. And that's a great program. All the students working with us today are Lake Orion students. And the program has netted a nice little revenue stream for the video program, which was just inducted into the Hall of Fame.
how great is that? You can't say enough about Roger Smith and the job he's done.
Fantastic program.
So 4th down and 1.
Oh,
Blaze got hit as he took the snap.
fans looking for
Oxford was
offsides.
in the backfield before Blaze could settle the ball down, and he just got swallowed up.
Dragons calling for an offside call. I don't know if we have a replay of that one, but that was very close. If anything, he timed it perfectly and had the snap count. Let's see, a little bit. If we could back that up a little bit.
Not too much of a camera angle there.
No, but you could see.
Looks like number 20, Matt Pullman, was in at the snap. So Oxford takes over. Carpenter rolling left, looks, throws, complete at the 45-yard line of Lake Orion to number 5, Joe Miller.
The rare pass from the Wildcats, but it was on the money.
He did a good job because he was rolling to his offside and threw across his body
and right in the
threw
numbers.
a strike to Miller. So 1st and 10 for Oxford on the Dragon 45. I formation in the backfield. Carpenter under center. On the keeper off the right side. He's close to another first down. Brought down by Caden Beck.
8-yard gain.
After a gain of 8.
He is so slippery once he gets into space. And he always falls forward. He's got that lean.
Well, the offensive line's doing a great job of opening up a hole, but it's 3 yards downfield.
True.
Carpenter again. This time
pitch,
he's caught and brought down. Flip back to Caleb Talbert. Carpenter was on his way down and flipped it at the last second to Talbert.
Looks like Casey Coulter, 35, had him in the backfield, but just couldn't bring him down.
So it's 1st down and 10 for Oxford. Under 3:40 left to play here in the second quarter. Game's tied at 7. Twins to the left for Oxford. Handoff up the middle to Mayer.
Got him.
I believe that was Tabor. It was Caven Tabor on the carry.
Tough run right in the middle.
Gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8. Dragons are out of timeouts. Oxford has their full complement of 3.
Tension's starting to rise in the crowd a little.
Oh, you know what? It's just another Lake Orion Oxford football game. You know, night like tonight, where else would you rather be? And we have a whistle.
Timeout.
And Oxford's calling timeout.
Yep. Know what we've noticed too? It's been a relatively clean game. Any penalties?
Very
I think
few
the only
penalties.
one is on the kickoff reception that we missed.
And we didn't see what it was.
And it's been very clean.
Orion Neighborhood Television has launched our brand new internet radio station. You can create your own podcast or radio show or sign up to become a DJ. For more information on our radio station, give us a call at 693-3377 or 248-693 or 393-1060. Typo.
So you've been in our studio, Doug. Give us a personal review.
I was very honored to be a guest on the OEA Today podcast. Sammy Tamarina did a great job on it. And
that podcast records weekly on Tuesdays, and we get it out as fast as possible. You get the updates on everything around the OAA, from all the sports, from football to everything else.
And how's the turnout been? I mean,
good. We have at least 8 programs, podcasts in production currently, and growing every day.
Second down, backs in an offset eye. Toss back to Meyer. He's sweeping left. And flag comes in right about the time we said it's been a clean game.
Always happens, doesn't it?
It does. Brought down by Ben Sally and others.
Dragon defense did a nice job of sealing that end and directing traffic back into the defense. Holding
on Oxford. So that'll back them up 10, and that's huge for the Dragons. 2:42 left here in the second quarter. It's going to be second down and 18 to go. It's a spot foul.
Oh boy.
So second and 18. Oxford comes out in a trips look to the left and a single wide out right. Carpenter's in the pistol. Carpenter on the toss back to Meyer.
Speed.
Trying to get to the corner. Slips a couple tackles. He's up.
Very close to the first
near
down.
Near to 35. And he's going to be about 2 yards short. They're going to mark him on the 34.
What a run. We've seen
Good
that play
run by
before.
Mayer.
That play is yielding dividends to the Wildcats tonight.
He's a powerful runner. Boy, he can slip tackles just
good balance
with his
too.
Legs. So third down and 2. Twins to the left. I formation in the backfield. Carpenter under center.
Big third down for the fumble.
Ball's loose.
Fumble their way to a first down.
And it's going to be fourth down. He got maybe a yard. He's still going to be a yard short.
Clock continues to roll.
Under 120 left here in the second quarter. Lake Orion will receive the second half kickoff.
Big fourth down here.
Fourth down. Handoff to the up back.
I think he got
Austin Schlicht. And I think he got it. He's over the 35. Yep. Let's see. They haven't given the signal yet. They may want to. Yep. Now they've called first down Oxford.
What a second down play to even make it that possible for the Wildcats.
Well, it's like, they've got big backs. They've got big linemen. Yeah, you give a ball to the big back and let them follow the big lineman.
Yeah, inside 50 seconds now.
Carpenter rolling left. Trace get pressure, and he's sacked.
Heck of a play.
Casey Coltrane came in and pursued, and
Coach Rowley's giving
him
an earful.
Not happy. Oxford takes a timeout. Coltrane came up from his safety position and brought him down. And I know what Coach Rowley's saying. He's saying, throw it away.
Yeah. Because they're looking downfield. They had nobody open. I mean, credit the Dragon defense. They had them marked up.
That's a coverage sack.
Absolutely. Nice. Oh, look at that crowd. Student section. School hasn't started yet, just before the holiday weekend. And look at the crowd. Packing them in, having a good time.
How about that?
No homework to do Thursday night. Nothing else to do. Beauty. A lot of fun. The Lake Orion student section, always a good time. Very creative bunch down there.
If you can't enjoy high school football, there's really something
Yeah, there
wrong.
is. Absolutely.
So the So Oxford has a 2nd and 16 from the 30 with 41 seconds left here in the second quarter. Toss
Coming
back
at
to
you
Meyer.
again.
He's
Oh.
going to throw.
He's
Looks,
open.
throws, incomplete.
Oh, boy.
Intended for Joe Miller down the right side, and he just led him a little too far.
He was open. He had a step on the defender.
It was a good time for that play.
Coming right at you. Oh, boy.
Just needed another step. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 16.
34.9 on the clock. Stops the clock. Give him another play or two.
So 3rd down, Twins this side, 4 wide receiver look
spreading
for
them.
Oxford. You don't see that very often.
Throwing it. Oh,
Yep, and we
Flag
have
on
a
the play.
flag. We may have a motion penalty against Oxford.
offsides.
Offside against Lake Orion.
Oh, boy.
So that's going to repeat 3rd down and make it 3rd down and 11.
That's a tough penalty right there. Still keeps it to, what, 3rd and 11. Offside. Lined up in the neutral zone. I didn't see anybody move.
Our officiating crew, Fred Tenorio is the referee. Gilly David, the only lady to work a state final, is the headlines person. And we have another stoppage in play. Chris Lund is the crew chief. He's the line judge. DeCorey Cooper is the umpire. And Joe Sims is the back judge. Mostly an Oakland County crew. 3rd down and 11. 34 seconds left.
Spreading them out again.
Carpenter rolling right this time. Looks. Throwing for
Open,
the end
he's
zone.
open.
He's got a
Touchdown.
receiver touchdown to Trent Meyer for the Wildcats.
What a play.
He was wide open. He had 2 steps. Oh, we have a flag down.
Flag.
Holding. It's coming back.
Oh, my word.
Holding.
And it was on
Oxford.
the, it was, we gotta see the replay
It was
here.
on the edge.
Oh. It was on the edge when he was the quarterback was releasing to throw that ball.
Carpenter had all day to throw it, and Meyer had all day to catch it.
Huge penalty.
That's going to
Huge.
back it up to the Lake Orion 45-yard line, where it's going to be 3rd down.
Here we go.
And a couple acres.
After the
Right there on the trailing back. There was no need to hold because he had gotten rid of the ball.
Here we go. Go ahead, roll it, guys.
Yeah.
You see him? He's turned already. Got a hold of his jersey, and as he turns, he kind of gets him around the waist.
Holding Isaac Kinney
Yep.
right there.
Oh, boy. And the play was pretty much out of his zone, his area.
So they're calling it 3rd down and 31.
Huge penalty. 2 big penalties on this drive
4
for Oxford.
wides. Carpenter lets it
Clean.
go.
Oh,
Got it
complete
complete
first down.
for a first down to Grant Comberger.
wild close to
Covered.
this first quarter.
I want to see who was on the coverage, and I understand why he didn't get too aggressive, because you don't want to get called for pass interference in a situation like this.
Looked like he had position, but
It looked like it was a little push off. Cameron Geiger, no, I'm sorry, number 22, Sam Perillo was on the coverage.
2 wild plays executed by the Wildcats here. Again, we're back at it. Dragons thought they were out of the woods, but now they're knee-deep in it here with 18.1 to go.
18 seconds to go, 1st and 10. The down box has not been reset. They're calling 2nd and 10.
How's it 2nd and 10?
We
We miss a play.
Yeah. Carpenter rolling right, looks, throws for the end zone.
Ooh,
Touchdown for Oxford.
Tiptoeing
Complete
the sideline, Doug.
to Joe Miller
Mm.
along the right sideline. Nice toe tap to get in for the
We
touchdown.
should have a good shot here of this. Oh, in his face. Toes in.
Joe Johnson again gets the shot.
Oh, what a sequence of plays.
Marcus Brown on the coverage for the Dragons.
Passing game for the Wildcats, making connections. It's something you don't see that often from this offense.
Sam McMakin on for the extra point. Ball's down, kick is up, and the kick is good. 11.9 seconds left in what's been a wild and wacky second quarter. Oxford's up 14-0.
Last 90 seconds of this quarter, just wild.
Yeah.
2 big plays, big penalties, but gut check time for the Wildcats, and they make the Dragons pay. Be sure to tune into replays of your favorite games right here on ON TV. Tune in Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 7 p.m. and Saturdays at 1 p.m. for the most current games in our lineup. Games are also replayed throughout the week, so check our program guide at our website at oriontv.org for replay times that best fit your viewing schedule. Also visit our YouTube link for games on demand at www.oriontv.org.
Again, we're pleased to have Ian Locke. Used to be the director of these broadcasts.
Years ago, yes.
Years ago when we were young and innocent.
Had more hair on my case anyway.
So 11.9 seconds.
Wow.
Dragons will get the second half kickoff.
What a momentum push here for the Wildcats to get that score with 11.9 to go.
And the key play was that long
oh,
pass.
Huge. After the
Joe
hold that you thought it was a crippling holding call.
Yeah. Line drive kick picked up by one of the up backs. Picked up by number 80.
I think it's 99.
Oh, 89. 88.
88.
Jake Meter gets into the stat sheet.
Let's see what they can do with 10 seconds. Take a knee and get out of here, or go for it.
You're out of timeouts, so even if you complete a long pass,
can't get down there fast.
The only time you get is when they reset the chains, and I think they're going to take a knee and go to the half. Yep. Blaze Lauer takes a snap, takes a knee, and we're going to run off the last 5 seconds.
Wild end of the second quarter here, Doug.
We're at halftime. The Oxford Wildcats lead the Lake Orion Dragons 14-7. You're watching exclusive coverage of Lake Orion Dragon football here on Orion Neighborhood Television. Halftime is underwritten by Malash's Palace Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, located at 3800 South Lapeer Road in Lake Orion. Malash's Palace has been serving Lake Orion's automotive needs since the 1960s. We'll be right back.
Here in 2018, ON TV will be celebrating 30 years of community television in Lake Orion. So to celebrate that 30 years of community involvement, ON TV is embarking on some very exciting things this year. Events, new programming, and especially our new radio and podcast room. It's a studio. It's set up with professional level gear. The software to run it is something you would find at NBC Universal in New York City and some major colleges around the country. So what we're doing is we're offering podcast classes to our volunteers and to the community at large to come in and express yourself via radio. Now, when I say radio, we don't have a transmitter and we're not sending it over the air, but what we are going to do is set up a stream to make it an internet radio station. So right now, to listen to us, we call it The Local Voice, or LOV, and it's live on the air, and you'll hear that moniker throughout our promos and on our website live on air. So the local voice has podcasts, but also has classic rock. It has old school oldies playing on it. So to listen to us, like I said, it's not over the air on a transmitter. You can't find it on your car, but you can find it on your phone. And the way to listen to us currently is that you tune into Comcast Channel 10, 20, or 22, or on our website, and you can hear the music playing with our message boards. So anytime programming goes off the air, you'll hear the music pop in when you see our message boards running. So eventually, like you said, in 2018, it will be streamed via internet to everybody. We'll have a little app that you can use on your phone to listen to the local voice. So just before 2018, about December-ish, we started practicing our podcast with some longtime, very active volunteers here at ON TV. And one of those is OA Now with Sammy Taramina.
Welcome to OA Now, everybody. I'm Sammy Taramina, blogger, the Dragon's Den, blogger of Inside the OAA, and one of the hosts between Terminas and Orion Neighborhood Television.
If you wanted to get involved in the podcast classes, just call us here at the studio at 248-393-1060. And we're starting to get a nice schedule of when the podcast classes are going to take place. And the pricing for those podcast classes are nominal. And you work with staff, just like you always do when you come into ON TV, and we'll train you and supervise you and make sure everything's cool to help you get your idea on the air.
I guess, the sitcom kind of took the back seat. The last strong sitcom I could think about is probably 2.5 Men and Big Bang Theory.
Yeah,
Big Bang Theory was two good. Strong sitcoms I can think of.
And the thing is, and that's not enough drama in your own life that you have to see somebody else's drama.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that you have to kind of think about it. Like, wait a minute, why do I have to see somebody else's problems already since I already have my own?
Hey, right.
So once the podcasts are completed and produced and ready to go, we use those podcasts in two ways. One, just as an audio file that you can hear on a message board, like you mentioned earlier. But we also edit some graphics in, and we throw them up on YouTube. So you can pull up your favorite podcasts on our YouTube channel. And the plan is to put all of our podcasts available online to the public so you can go back and listen to old episodes as needed.
That is a first here on Movies for Dumb Guys. Is the first time that all of us have agreed on our number one movie. That's pretty huge.
Well, it just shows you how awesome of a movie it is. There's just no doubt. It's unanimous. You can't even question it. I was actually going to tell you guys, if you disagree with me, I'll fight you. But luckily, we all are in the sync here.
We have over 2,000 files in our database here, and we're always looking for more. A majority of those sound files and the music you hear on the local voice has been donated. So a lot of the CDs that we've taken those song files from are donated from people around the Lake Orion community. So we thank you for that. And we're always looking for classical music and some jazz. So if you have any jazz, send it our way. For more information, visit us on our website at orionontv.org, or again, call us at 248-393-1060. But either way, get down here, take a look at our new studio, our podcast and internet radio studio, and have at it. Right, back for halftime. The Dragon Marching Band out here for your entertainment. Always love to bring coverage of the marching band under the direction of Michael Steele. Fantastic job. This band has steadily climbed the ranks of one of the best in the state and in Oakland County. I believe top 5 at the state championships just a year ago. The band does a nice selection here of some pop tunes and some fun songs to get the crowd in it. Let's take a listen.
important rockers as they perform Bob Seger's Old Time Rock and Roll.
Going to Great job by the Dragon Marching Band playing the classic rock and ending on the always exciting fight song for Lake Orion High School. Halftime was underwritten by Malash's Palace Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, located at 3800 South Lapeer Road in Lake Orion. Malash's Palace has been servicing the Lake Orion automotive needs since the 1960s. We'll step away. We'll be back with the third quarter right after this brief timeout. Stay tuned.
You'd do anything to take care of that spot on your lawn. So why not take care of that spot on your skin? If you're a man over 50, you're in the group most likely to develop skin cancer, including melanoma, the cancer that kills one person every hour. Check your skin for suspicious or changing spots. Go to spotskincancer.org to find out what to look for. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
Halftime. The Lake Orion Dragons are down to the Oxford Wildcats 14-7. Halftime has been underwritten by Malash's Palace, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, located at 3800 South Lapeer Road in Lake Orion. Malash's Palace has been serving Lake Orion's automotive needs since the 1960s. We're very excited to be joined up here in the press box by former Dragon head coach, now athletic director Chris Bell. Chris, welcome.
Thank you. Good seat you got up here.
Your impressions of the first half?
You know, about what we expected. We knew Oxford was a good football team. I thought we played very well defensively between the tackles. Oxford's they're having a hard time running their power off tackle. We got to do a little bit better job tackling on the perimeter when they're running the option. And also we got to do a little bit better job defending the pass. You know, we gave up some big plays there at the end. Offensively, I thought we're moving the ball. But once again, we're our own worst enemy. A couple turnovers. You know, we had that the fumble killed us, and then the bad snap, fumble snap on the punt basically handed them a touchdown, and you can't do that in games like this. So, you know, there's a lot of football left. We're getting the ball back. You know, I think our guys have a lot of confidence going in. They knew it was going to be a dogfight, and it just comes down to being fundamentally sound, not making mistakes, and then who's going to make plays when it counts.
We've seen a couple, 3 times where Blaze went to come out from under center. Looked like he tripped over the guard. Is that the guard or is that the quarterback?
You know, I don't know. From my angle, I couldn't see. That's an early season thing. You know, obviously, they'll take a look at that. I don't know if he's getting tripped up with the center, but it shouldn't happen one time, let alone 3. But you do see that sometimes early in the season.
Yeah. Lake Orion will receive the second half kickoff. Number 21, Marlon Robinson, goes deep, along with number 35, Casey Coltrane. Dragons looking to move here in the second half. They're down 14-7. By the way, the scoreboard for the second half of this game is brought to you by Lakes Community Credit Union. The not-for-profit institution has been providing financial services to the Oakland County area since 1937. Give them a call at 248-814-4003. Sam McMakin will kick off for the Wildcats. Whistle blows. He puts a foot into it. Low kick. Taken on about the 8, up over the 10, up to the 20-yard line, where the Dragons will take over 1st and 10. Coach, by the way, it's a great football field you got here. It looks beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, we're proud of it. A lot of work went into it. Fortunately, our community supported our sinking fund, and it's a fund that we were able to repair existing structures. And this field was about 3 years past its life. So, it was a project that they took on and it improved. Not only does it look nice, but it's much safer for our players. Same thing for our track that was replaced. So, we're really excited about it.
Dragons come out 1st and 10. Got a quick substitution, and I think the Dragons will be called for an illegal substitution. We'll get the call. Flag was thrown by the umpire. We'll get Fred Tenorio's call, and the Dragons will be backed up 5. Number 88, Jake Meter, had to get off the field in a hurry. Stack formation left, toss back this side, and Matt Freeman's getting nothing. Took the toss, came around the left end. There was a wall of white shirts waiting for him.
Yeah, they ran their rocket sweep, and you need to do a good job blocking on the perimeter, and they left the corner. I don't know if it was a blown assignment, but they never touched the corner, and then the slot got beat. So you got to do a great job blocking on the perimeter if you're going to run the rocket.
Second down, Twins to the right. Single back in the backfield is Kobe Manzo. Freeman in motion. Blaze rolling, looks, throws, completes. Tiptoeing down the right sideline is Kobe Manzo, and they're going to call him out of bounds about the 23-yard line, where it'll be 3rd down.
He had a lot of green grass. I mean, made a good play call. It's tough because it was into the boundary, and you don't have a lot of room. If he could have stayed in bounds, he had a lot of green grass in front of him.
So 3rd down and 7 for the Dragon. Blaze in a shotgun. Drops, looks, throws, incomplete. Intended for Brandon Robinson. And he had a white shirt right in his back.
Yeah, they had some success with that first half. They completed it a few times. Brandon went back to the well. We were a little bit late getting the ball out, threw it behind him. I don't know if he had to wait until if there's a defender there he was waiting on.
Tell you, Blaze threw a rocket that time. So Jack DeBrinket in punt formation for the Dragons, standing back on his 9. Good snap. Nice kick. Nice high kick. Meyer lets it bounce. Picks it up at his own 45. He's over midfield and fights forward to the Lake Orion 44, where Oxford will take over 1st and 10.
It's a big drive for the Dragons defense. Got to make. I mean, Oxford's got great field position. We got to have a stand here and keep it a 1-score game.
Talking to Coach Blackstock before the game, he was very pleased with the way that they played against Lapeer, especially in the second half.
Yeah, defense played well. I mean, they're scrappy. They're not the biggest group. They're pretty young, but they play hard.
1st and 10, backs in the eye. Meyer gets the carry. He's up over the 45 down to the 44, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's a nice job on 1st down. You want to keep Oxford in long yardage situations. Nice job on 1st down.
Well, it's certainly no surprise that Oxford's going to try to pound the ball at you. That's been Coach Raleigh's bread and butter for years. Nope. 2nd down and 8. Twins with an I formation. Carpenter. Toss back to Meyer. Ball's on the ground.
Scuba score.
Dragons got it.
Huge.
Again, that pressure coming at Carpenter and coming at the backs when they're trying to sweep.
And Slocum, 54. With the recovery.
Yeah.
And that's an athletic play. That's for a big guy to get down, and when the ball is bouncing, that's a huge play for the Dragons. That's just what we needed.
He split 2 Oxford defenders to come up with that football.
Yeah, smart play defensively. The guy finished the tackle, knowing the ball was loose. He finished the tackle, so the back couldn't recover it, allowing Slocum to come in and make the recovery.
1st down for the Dragons. Howell in motion, ball's on the ground again. And this time Oxford recovers. Kobe Manzo just didn't get the handoff clean and got into the line, just lost the handle. So Oxford gets the football back, 1st and 10 from their own 43. 10-13 left here in the 3rd with Oxford up by 7.
That hurts. That hurts. That's what's frustrating. Those are fundamental mistakes, and that can cost you ball games.
Single wide out to the left. Now motion left. Backs in the eye. Carpenter rolling, looks, throws over the head of number 37, Austin Schlick.
I think we're going to get a roughing call on the quarterback. We hit him late.
I'll tell you, I'm impressed with Drew Carpenter on the way he rolls out and the body control he has while he's rolling.
He's a good athlete. Very good athlete. In fact, he can run the ball the way he can. It's another dimension for them.
And it is going to be roughing the passer on the Dragons. That'll be 15 yards and a 1st down. Bring the ball into Lake Orion territory at they're going to mark it just shy of the 42-yard line.
That's the stuff that drives you crazy as a coach, because that has nothing to do with talent. That's just being smart and fundamentals. From a fumble to a late hit, those are all controllable errors.
So Oxford 1st and 10. Carpenter rolling. I think that was a busted play because his backs came in behind him and he was looking for someone to hand the ball to, and there was no one there.
Absolutely. Backs went the other way. And once again, it's early. It's week 2. So you see high school teams especially can be a little sloppy early on. I mean, you think about the pros where they've got training camp and 4 preseason games, and colleges have over a month to prepare. High schools have about 2.5 weeks to start playing.
Yep. So second down, they give them no gain. Second down and 10 from the 42. 2 wideouts back, stay in the eye. Carpenter's under center. Handoff, Meyer up the middle. Gets about 5 before he's pushed back by Kobe Manzo. Bring up third and a long 5.
It's a big play because we got to keep Oxford in a long yardage situation. You can't give Oxford a short yardage situation on 4th down.
And it looks like Oxford's line isn't the biggest that they've ever had, but we commented earlier, they're setting up 3 yards back in Lake Orion territory. Carpenter looks, throws, complete, first down to number 6, Grant Comberger. And Oxford converts a 3rd down.
Nice throw, nice route.
Ball's marked on the 30 on the left hash. Good crowd here tonight on both sides, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely. We thought it would be. With Oxford having success last week and crosstown rival, playing for the 00, we thought we'd have a great crowd tonight, and we do. 2 great communities who love their football.
And we have a stoppage in play, and we're going to have a procedure call against Oxford, which will back them up 5. We'll repeat first down. When we get a chance, I want to talk to you. We talked earlier, and you said that this is just the start of the improvements you'd like to see come to the athletic complex.
Well, we've got the whole district. The whole district has a pretty important bond issue that they're putting forward. And, it's really focused on safety and security throughout the district. And there's a lot of work that needs to be done. The great thing about the bond issue is that it's not going to increase our taxes. The debt is carried on longer, but it doesn't increase our taxes. And they've done a great job with that. So hopefully if that passes, we can also build some things out here for our kids that are much needed.
Carpenter from a 4-wide set, up the middle, gets about 5. Gets a penalty yardage back plus another 5. It'll be second down.
Not to belabor that point, but we've got out here, we have the worst locker room situation in the OAA.
I won't argue with that.
And they're horrible. Yeah. They're across a parking lot. They're old. And it's also unsafe. When we get situations where we have a soccer game where we've got thunder and lightning coming in, it's a long way to find shelter for our kids. So, we're looking to do some things for the safety of our kids and, like I said, just improve our athletic facilities on top of everything else that's needed in the district.
Trips to the left. Carpenter on the carry. He's close to a first down, might be about a yard short.
This is a dimension he brings to Oxford offense. They spread you out, so you got to cover the receivers, but it's still like you have a tailback back there in the background, or in the backfield. He's a good runner. So they're basically still running a 2-back offense, but now they're doing it with less bodies to block because they're spreading you out, forcing you to cover. And this is what they did last week against Romeo, the way Romeo down.
Number 37, Austin Schlicht, had a great block at the point of attack. So 3rd down and 1.
Usually they go to the fullback here on
Myers
fullback dive.
Back in, and it's fullback dive. Schlicht on the carry, and he's got a first down from where the headlines person came in. And she's waving the chain crew over. So 1st and 10 for Oxford from the Dragon 20. 7:08 left in the 3rd quarter. And Oxford driving.
This is big. We got to dig in. We really got to dig in right here. Somebody's got to make a play.
Ari Curtis on the stop for the Dragons. And we have a stoppage in play. And it's an official's timeout for an injury.
I think it's Ari cramping.
Yeah. And that's one thing we tried to tell players forever, that it's cooler tonight than it had been, but still you got to start hydrating on Monday or Tuesday for a Thursday game.
Absolutely. Very important. Getting the proper nutrition, proper fluids, proper rest. You know, what you, as you said, Doug, what you do a couple days before, that's what affects you on game night.
Absolutely.
And the guy, you know, and our coaches are, you know, they preach that to the kids, but kids are kids. And they also, too, they're, you know, when you get in the game situation, the adrenaline's going and you're playing so hard, you know, your body turns it up that much faster.
Your opinions on, you know, school starts next week after Labor Day, but we already got 2 games in the books.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather see it start? And I know it's all done to go from the weekend after Thanksgiving and count back to the start of the season. I've been talking to some old-time football players, and we never started before school started. Everything always started afterwards. But there's a lot more to go on the game this year, or these days, with state playoffs and state championships.
Yeah, they expanded the playoffs years back, and they gave us, you know, an extra round of the playoffs, a lot more teams to get in, which I'm in favor for. You know, it's hard. I like the system that we have now. As the athletic director, I don't want to see us go much past Thanksgiving. First of all, if you're playing an outdoor playoff game, you know, you're rolling the dice with the weather. But also, you know, you really start interfering now with the winter sports. Because if you make it, the years when we played in the state championship, you know, we were always 3 to 4 weeks into wrestling, basketball, and really put those teams, you know, they were happy to accommodate us because our kids were making a great run. But it does, you know, put those teams at a disadvantage. So even to back it up a little bit more, I think you do it at the expense of your other sports. And here in Michigan, I don't know how you can do it. And I'm also not in favor of starting earlier. You know, I think it's, you know, we start early enough. The kids have to have a summer. So not a perfect system, but, you know, I like what we have.
Yeah. So Ari Curtis is coming off the field, not walking a little gingerly.
Yeah, he's walking on his heel. Still looks like his calf is cramped up on him.
He'll get fluids. So it is 1st and 10 for Oxford on the Lake Orion 20. 6:57 left in the third. Oxford comes out, trips to the right, single wide out left. Carpenter in the gun. Coming up off tackle, he's met and dropped. Isaac Kinney met him after about a yard gain and pushed him back.
And that's a big play. It's key against Oxford. You got to win on first down. Win on first down, put them in long yardage situations.
2nd down and 9.
Usually you win in that situation. It will force Bud now to change up and get out of that formation, usually.
Oxford breaks the huddle. They come trips right this time, single wide out left.
You got to watch the option. They hurt us with the option in the first half. Oh, same play, lead play this way.
Carpenter up to the 15-yard line where he's met
A lot of times,
number 46, Ben Sally, met him.
A lot of times Oxford
him.
will come up and they'll count numbers. They'll come up and they have the run play they want, but they'll check it based on the numbers of the defense. They find the best situation, best advantage, numbers advantage. That's the way they'll go.
So 3rd down and 5. Oxford comes out twins right. Carpenter under center with backs in the eye. Rolling right, looking, throwing. And they're calling it complete inside the 5 to Joe Miller. A rolling catch, good for a 1st and goal.
It's their power pass, a flood concept where you got 3 receivers in the area. You put your linebacker in the bind. He's going to cover shallow, and if he does, that opens up the middle receiver. And we want to tell our guys, you cover the middle, give them the short one. Let's break up to the short one. And that time we were caught in no man's land and opened up a passing lane.
Oxford comes out with double wide, double slot look. Single back in the backfield is Meyer. And we have a stoppage of play. Dead ball, delay a game on Oxford. That's huge.
Yeah, Bud's not going to be happy with that one. Can't make mistakes down in the red zone. That's big for Lake Orion.
So that'll back them up 5. It's still 1st and goal from the 9. But defensively, it gives you a few more things you can do. Chris, we saw in Ann Arbor where they had the 40-second clock working.
Yep.
Is that something they may work at to get at the high school level?
I would not be surprised to see that coming.
Carpenter up the middle, stopped at the 5 and dropped.
Very good job on the line of scrimmage for us there. You know, they're right now it's an option. If teams want to use a 40-second clock, you can use it. It's up to the home team. I can see it coming to that.
How much more is involved from a cost standpoint for the school?
Well, nothing, because you're not forced to put clocks on the field, 40-second play clocks on the field. And they just keep it. The officials just keep it. You just have to know, where the clock is.
So 2nd and goal from the 5. Carpenter again. Cuts it up the middle, stacked up. He didn't get in. They've got him marked down at the 1. Looked like Isaac Kinney again stood him up.
Yeah, it was a great tackle. Great tackle. Tackle high, drive him back on the goal line. Don't let him fall forward. This is huge right here.
Yes.
This is huge.
So 3rd and goal from the 1. Meyer, give it to your horse.
Yeah.
And he's in for the touchdown. 3:24 left here in the 3rd. Oxford is going to take a 20-0 lead pending the conversion. That was just straight power football, an Oxford staple for years.
Absolutely. They did a nice job with Carpenter, riding him down the field. He only completed a couple passes on the drive to keep it alive.
Sam McMacken will attempt the extra point. Joe Miller will hold. Ball spotted, kick is up. And the kick is good with 3:24. Oxford 20, Lake Orion 7. Remind you again, the Lake Orion High School Dragon Broadcast Program and Orion Neighborhood Television have teamed up to bring you live broadcasts of several Lake Orion High School games and events throughout the school year. That includes all varsity football games, weather permitting, and several varsity volleyball matches this fall. If you aren't able to be in attendance, you can watch many games and events online. A subscription costs less than $10 per month, and half the money goes back to the Lake Orion High School broadcast program. It's a great option for friends and family who might not live in the area. Check out the live stream of Dragon Sports at www.dragonbroadcasting.org. Orion Neighborhood Television thanks our student crews for their hard work and dedication to bring Dragon Sports to the world. And as stated earlier, we have an all-student crew tonight. Low kick picked up about the 7, brought out a little over the 20 by Sanai Pilot. And the Dragons will take over 1st and 10.
This is a big drive. You got to answer a score with a score, especially at this stage of the game. This is gut check time for our boys. You mentioned all those sports that you guys are carrying. I tell you, we got some great teams. Our volleyball team is one of the top teams in the state of Michigan. Fun to watch. Our soccer team's off to a great start. So a lot of great sports for our guys to see.
We're hoping we can get back in to do baseball next spring in addition to softball. Blaze in the gun to start out. Dragons come double wide, double slot. Throw out of bounds off the left side. Intended for Mitch Howell, number 11. So bring up second down.
Oxford's playing the coverage where they gave you more of a cover 2 look where the corner sat, and I think he fooled Blaze a little bit. Blaze thought he was going to bail, but he ended up sitting on the outcut.
Trips to the right. Mitch Howell lone wide out to the left. Blaze back to throw, looks right, going deep over the center. Intended for Mitch Howell and just led him by about a step too much.
Right throw. They went to a 3 deep secondary. Mitch is running right up the seam. We just got to bring the ball down. But, good idea. Eyes were in the right place. Just got to execute.
Twins right, single wide out left. Blaze rolling right, looking, throwing, caught. And they're calling it incomplete on the far sideline. Intended for Sam Starek and called out of bounds.
We just threw the ball a little bit late. We had them. We had the ball had to come out just a little bit earlier, giving Sam the opportunity to get his feet down and catch it in bounds.
So fourth down, and Jack DeBrinket's in to punt. Myers back right near the 50 for the Dragons, or for Oxford. Snap, nice kick. Driving Meyer way back. Takes a Lake Orion bounce down at the 31-yard line.
Great job by Jack flipping the field. Now we just got to dig in, play some defense, and get the ball back.
47-yard punt.
I got to roll.
Okay. Chris, thanks for joining us up here.
Fun. Thanks for having me.
Anytime.
Okay.
Your insight was great. Athletic Director Chris Bell, thanks again.
Thank you, guys. You guys do a great job.
So 1st and 10 for Oxford from the 31-yard line. 2:55 left here in the third. Oxford comes out, twins to the left, I formation in the backfield. Handoff to Meyer, that was handed off to number 17, Caleb Tabert. And he goes for about 3. It'll bring up 2nd and 7. Tabert stays in as the tailback. Carpenter under center. Handoff up the middle, number 37, Austin Schleck. He's going to get about 3, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 4. Oxford content to pound it out on the ground here in the second half. 1:50 left here in the third. Twins to the left. Back stay in the eye. Handoff, Carpenter on the keeper. He's trapped behind the line. They're going to give him back to the line of scrimmage. The ball came loose, but he was already ruled down. So it'll bring up 4th down and a good stand by the Dragon defense. Mitch Howell drops deep for the punt. Dragons got the stop when they needed it. Number 5, Joe Miller, back in punt formation for Oxford. Good snap. Wobbly kick. Hits at the 32 and takes an Oxford bounce inside the 30 to the 25-yard line, where the Dragons will take over 1st and 10. ONTV is gearing up for the first annual Ride the Oaks for Holy Spokes on Sunday, October 7th. It's $40 per team with a max of 5 people per team or $20 per individual. All proceeds benefit Holy Spokes of Lake Orion. Register by September 21st and get a t-shirt with your registration. Registration forms are available at www.oriontv.org. For information, call 248-393-1060. Blaze Lauer on the pass, headed down the right side for number 1, Sam Starich, and he had an Oxford player in his back pocket. The flag came out, and it'll be pass interference against Oxford. So that'll bring the ball up to, they called pass interference again against Oxford. 15 yards brings the ball up to the 40-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10. Trips to the left for Lake Orion. Single wide out right, single back in the backfield. Lauer under center. Draw play to Manzo. He's tripped up by number 37, Austin Schlicht, and down for a yard loss. So it'll be 2nd and 11 in the closing seconds of the 3rd quarter. Lauer back to throw, flag on the play, play's killed. And it's going to be a procedure call against Lake Orion. 0.7 of a second left here in the 3rd. So that'll back the Dragons up 5, make it 2nd and 16. Ball's marked on the 34-yard line on the right hash. And they're going to start the clock and run off the last 1.9 seconds or so of the 3rd quarter. We've played 3. Oxford 21, Lake Orion 7. Your 3rd quarter of action was brought to you by Classic Lanes, your home for family fun and entertainment in Rochester Hills. Their 32-lane facility offers state-of-the-art bowling equipment for both league and recreational bowlers. Check them out at myclassiclanes.com. We've played 3. We'll be right back. Okay, Joey, can you hear? Starting the 4th quarter, Oxford 21, Lake Orion 7. Blaze Lauer back to throw, looks, throws too high, and number 81, Brandon Robinson, got leveled as he went up for the ball. And we saw this against Lapeer in week 1, that Blaze is just a little high on some of his throws. So it's 3rd down and 16 for the Dragons from their own 34-yard line. They come out trips right, Twins left. And we have another flag and another stoppage of play. Dead ball. Procedure call against the Dragons. That'll back them up 5, make it a 3rd down and 21 from the 29-yard line. Dragons stay. A double slot, double wide out look. Single back in the backfield. Freeman. Manzo up the middle. Gets maybe 5. And it'll be 4th down and long for the Dragons. 46, Trent Mayer drops back for Oxford. And number 27, Jack DeBrinket, into punt for Lake Orion. Dragons, or Oxford, stacking 10 men up front. Good snap. Nice kick. Angled toward the sidelines. Going to go out at the 36-yard line, where Oxford will take over 1st and 10. Larry Buss and the crew at Jets Pizza, located at 1091 South Lapeer Road, have been a proud supporter of Orion Neighborhood Television and Dragon Athletics since 2009. Jets supplies catering for cast and crew. Thank you, Larry, for your continued support. Give them a call at 248-814-7559. 1st and 10 for Oxford. Mayer off the right side, gets about 2. And I think for the next 11 minutes, you're going to see nothing but a steady dose of Oxford on the ground. They will take as much time between plays as they can. At this point, the quarterback looks at the back judge, who keeps the play clock. With about 5 seconds left, he will extend his arm. Carpenter up the middle for about 3. It's going to bring up 3rd down. 3rd and 4 for Oxford. Ball spotted on their own 42-yard line. Oxford taking their time, breaking the huddle. 2 wideouts. Backs remain in the eye. Carpenter rolling left. Stops, looks, throws. Caught. Number 5, Joe Miller, caught it between 2 Dragons and actually had to turn back for the ball. Caught it and fell to the turf. That's enough for a 1st down for Oxford from the Lake Orion 47-yard line with 9:40 left in the game. Oxford breaks the huddle. Wideouts each side. Carpenter on the keeper. And he's pushed back after maybe a 2-yard gain. They're going to mark it just inside the 45-yard line. The clock right now is Lake Orion's enemy. 9 minutes left in the game. Ball's marked on the Dragon 45. My thanks today for Ian Locke for working the first half, and Chris Bell coming up and working the 3rd quarter up here. Handoff to the up back. Schlicht. And he stopped after a 2-yard gain. Our next telecast will be in 2 weeks against Troy Athens. Look forward to you joining us for that one. So 3rd down and 5 for Oxford. 8 minutes, just over 8 minutes left in the game. 2 wideouts, back stay in the eye. Handoff, Meyer. Oh, I'm sorry. Handoff to Caleb Tabert. He gets about 3. It's going to bring up 4th down and 2. Mayer checks in. Number 42, Brennan Milanicki checks in as an extra tight end. So 3rd and 2. Stacked house look, and the Dragons jumped. That'll be a 1st down by penalty. And you know the emotion in there. You want to get in and make a play, but you're right on top of the ball. And you watch the football. So 1st and 10 from the Dragon 34. Twins to the left, to the right this time. Handoff to the up back, Schlick. He moves forward for about 4, and it'll be 2nd down from the Dragon 30. No surprises coming out of Oxford. They're just going to run it and run it and run it. Eat as much clock as they can. Oxford comes out twins right. Number 17, Caleb Tabert on the carry. He's close to a 1st down. They're going to mark him a couple yards short on the Lake Orion 26-yard line. A long time-consuming drive being shown by the Wildcats. 2 wideouts. Handoff to the up back again. Schlicht on the carry. And they have not, now they just waved the chains forward. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Oxford. Clock stops while they reset the chains. First and 10 for the Wildcats. Handoff to the up back, Schlick, and he bulldozes his way through for 6 yards. He got his feet moving and got a big surge from the offensive line and was 3 yards deep before they ever made contact with him. So 2nd down and 4 after the gain of 6. Ball's on the Lake Orion 18. Carpenter on the keeper. He's got a 1st down, or very close to it. We'll see where the ball's spotted. They have not signaled first down, so we're going to call it 3rd and less than a yard from the 15-yard line. Number 17, Caleb Tabert, again off the right side for the first down. 3:57 left to go. It's 1st and 10 from the 11. Back stay in the eye, 2 wideouts. Tabert again for about 2. Stacked up by Ben Sally and others. So 2nd down and 8 as we approach the 3-minute mark. Oxford 21, Lake Orion 7. Carpenter on the carry. He spun for a loss. Isaac Kinney on the stop. Tried to keep her off to the right side, and Isaac Kinney wasn't having any of it. So 2nd down and 8 from the 9. And the Dragons will take a timeout. We will remind you again that DVD copies can be purchased by calling Orion Neighborhood Television at 248-693-3377 or 248-393-1060. For only $10, you can get a copy of not only this game, but any game or program in our broadcast vault. That's DVD copies at 248-693-3377 or 248-393-1060. Well, there's been nothing surprising with what Oxford's thrown at the Dragons tonight. You've seen the athleticism of Drew Carpenter, the power running of Trent Meyer, and when they take a breather, you've had Caleb Tabert, and you've also had good running by the fullback, Austin Schlick. Full house backfield for Oxford. Carpenter looks, throws for the end zone. Touchdown, Oxford. To number 44, Marcus Huffnagel, who not only went up for it, he went up for it twice. He jumped, came back down, and jumped again and outleapt the coverage for the Oxford touchdown. Good effort by Huffnagel. Carpenter started to feel pressure, let the ball go. And Caden Beck fell down, and Russ Hastings did the best he could. Placement down, kick is up, and the kick is good. 2:52 left in the ball game. It's now Oxford 28, Lake Orion 7. Go mobile with Orion Neighborhood Television anytime. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube on your mobile devices. Connect with Orion Neighborhood Television to see what's happening in our studio, see upcoming events, and watch ON TV programs in high definition on demand. So 2:52 left. Oxford has the ball teed up. Low kick taken about the 15-yard line, breaks through to the 25 is number 21, Marlon Robinson. And the Dragons will take over 1st and 10 with 2:47 left in the game. Dragons have shown flashes tonight. Marlon Robinson comes out as the running back. Freeman split this side. Handoff to Matt Howell. He's dropped for maybe a yard gain on the sweep. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9. Dragons have trips left. Blaze back to throw, looks, got Howell over the middle for a good gain into Oxford territory at the 44-yard line. Just a seam route, and Mitch Howell got between two defenders, and Blaze put the ball in there perfectly. 1st down and 10 for the Dragons. Blaze rolling left, looks, throws, complete on this side, on the far side. Number 81, Braden Robinson, and they did call that incomplete, so it'll be 2nd and 10. So 2nd and 10. Trips left, single wide out right. Now motion this side. Blaze rolling. Coming back left. Trying to direct traffic. Gets by one tackler down inside the 25. And a late flag for a hit out of bounds. They're going to mark the ball on the 20-yard line, and there will be penalty yardage added to that. And number 20, Matt Pullman, made a hit that just was unnecessary. So they'll move it up half the distance. It'll be 1st and goal from the 10. Trips left. Blaze looking, going to take it up the middle. Gets maybe 3. And timeout is called by Lake Orion with 1:51 left. During this sports season, Orion Neighborhood Television will be covering a large variety of games. Our sports coverage will include varsity football, varsity boys soccer, girls swimming, varsity girls volleyball, and the Powder Puff football game during homecoming week. Select games will be streamed live on the nfhsnetwork.com and will be replayed on our channel Comcast 10 and AT&T 99. Visit OnTV.org for our program schedule. And as mentioned previous, we will be back here in 2 weeks against Troy Athens. 2nd down and goal from the 8 for the Dragons. Trips left, single wide out right. Lauer throws, and it looked like Starich had it, and the ball was knocked out of his arms. So it'll be 3rd down and goal. .148 left to go in the game. Blaze rolling left. Coming back this side, trying to evade a tackler and does. Throws the back of the end zone, incomplete. In and out of the hands of Starich. And it'll bring up fourth down. Blaze came back this way, and one of the linemen did an excellent job of holding up his block so he wouldn't block in the back. And Lake Orion is going to take their third and final timeout. Be sure to tune in to replays of your favorite games right here on Orion Neighborhood Television. Tune in Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 7 p.m., Saturdays at 1 p.m. for the most current games in our lineup. Games are also replayed throughout the week, so check our program guide on our webpage at Orion, ontv.org, for replay times that best fit your viewing schedule. Also, visit our YouTube link for games on demand, www.oriontv.org. So 4th down and 8, 1:39 left in the game. Double wide, double slot look for the Dragons. Blaze looks, throws a slant, incomplete, intended for Mitch Howell, and Oxford will take over 1st and 10 from the 8 with 1:36 left to play. We do have a flag down on the field. Let's check it out. Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Lake Orion. So that's going to move the ball out 15 yards. And I'm sure that was some frustration. It is by no means excusable. But football is an emotional game. So that brings the ball out to the 23-yard line, where Oxford will take over 1st and 10. And Oxford has everybody lined up. They're going into a victory formation with 1:36. And Carpenter just takes a knee. And to give credit where credit was due, Drew Carpenter played a great football game tonight. And they beat Romeo last week, and they've beaten 2 quality teams to start the 2018 season. Just over a minute left. They will watch the back judge closely. Carpenter takes a knee. We are inside a minute. And they will wait until there's under 40 seconds left on the play clock before they blow the ball ready for play. And Oxford does not have to snap the ball. They're just going to watch the clock run. They will take the knee. And that's going to be the ball game. The final seconds run down, and the Oxford Wildcats come into Lake Orion and walk away with a 28-7 victory over the Dragons. You're watching exclusive coverage of Lake Orion Dragon football here on Orion Neighborhood Television. We'll be right back. JB.
Hey.
Thank you. Down on the field after the Oxford Wildcats had defeated the Lake Orion Dragons 28-7 with Coach John Blackstock. And JB, it's hard to score if you can't get the ball.
Yeah, they did a nice job controlling the game. Feel like, we left a lot of plays out there. Had trouble with center quarterback exchange, had trouble with quarterback running back exchange, and just left plays out there.
Mm-hmm. The good thing is we've talked about for years, those are all correctable things. Yep. Those are the things you do when you hit the practice field.
And I think that's the disappointing thing is we always say, and as you know when you were around coaching, that the biggest growth has to be from week 1 to week 2. Mm-hmm. And we put a real focus on that, and I thought that we were going to see that. I thought we had a lot of growth over the week and a lot of development and improvement, and I thought we were going to come out and see that. And I thought we did early, and then it just kind of faded.
The first half was anyone's ball game.
Yeah.
It was back and forth. Everybody, it was an exciting game to watch in the first half, and the second half it was Bud Raleigh at his best.
Yep. Yeah, that's what you expect from Oxford.
Okay, well, we'll get you Adams next week.
Absolutely.
Thanks for your time, John.
Thank
you. So from the field at the end of a 28-7 Oxford victory, they take home the 00 trophy, and that'll wrap it up for my broadcast partner Chris Frisching in absentia. I would like to thank Ian Locke for spending the first half with us, and Chris Bell for coming up into booth for the second half. For our field cameraman who seems to be in the right spot for every shot, every game, Joe Johnson, and our entire Orion Neighborhood Television crew. I'm Doug Corliss. Thank you for watching. Good night, everyone.